Most people think you need to be highly technical to work in cybersecurity, that you need to code, pen test, reverse malware, or live in the command line. And because of that, thousands of people never even try. But here's the reality. There is an entire area in cybersecurity where you don't need to be deeply technical, and companies are hiring aggressively for it. It's called GRC, Governance, Risk, and Compliance. And in this video, I'll show you why GRC is one of the fastest ways to get into cybersecurity, how you can learn it the right way, and how people actually turn this path into a real job. If you want a cybersecurity role without spending years becoming technical, this video might save you a lot of time. So, what exactly is GRC? GRC stands for Governance, Risk, and Compliance. And despite how complex that sounds, the idea itself is actually very simple. Governance is about structure and responsibility. Who is responsible for what? Which rules, policies, and processes exist in the organization? Risk is about understanding what can go wrong. What are the risks? How likely are they? And how much damage could they cause? And compliance is about requirements. Which laws, standards, and internal rules does the organization have to follow? Here's the key point you need to understand. GRC is cybersecurity on the management and process level. It focuses on making sure responsibilities are clear, risks are understood, and security decisions are made consciously and consistently across the organization. That's why GRC plays such a central role in real-world cybersecurity. Now, this is an important point, and one that's often misunderstood. GRC is part of cybersecurity, but it's the least technical area within the field. In GRC, you're not expected to analyze malware, reverse engineer exploits, or configure complex security infrastructure. Instead, your role is to understand the environment. You need to understand what assets exist, what threats are relevant, and where the organization is exposed to risk. You also need to understand what level of risk is acceptable and which security measures are reasonable and proportionate. This means you don't need deep hands-on technical skills, but you do need a solid high-level understanding of technology. You need to be able to ask the right questions, challenge assumptions, and translate technical input into structured decisions. That's what makes GRC accessible for beginners, and at the same time extremely valuable for organizations. Now, if GRC is less technical and so valuable, the next question is obvious. Why do companies hire so many entry-level GRC roles? Let's look at that next. The reason is simple. Companies constantly need GRC work. Security isn't just about building controls. It's also about proving that those controls exist and actually work. Organizations need documentation. They need risk assessments. They need audits. And they need evidence for customers, partners, and regulators. This work doesn't happen once. It's ongoing. And because of that, companies can't rely only on senior specialists. They need junior and entry-level professionals who support these processes. That's why roles like IT security auditor, internal auditor with a security focus, compliance analyst, or ISMS coordinator exist in so many organizations. For career switchers and beginners, this creates a real opportunity to enter cybersecurity without needing years of technical experience. Another major reason why GRC is such a strong entry point is the focus on communication. In GRC roles, you work at the intersection of many different teams. You regularly talk to IT, to management, to data protection, and to various business departments. A big part of the job is translating technical topics into business language, translating risks into decisions, and translating requirements into practical actions. That means success in GRC is not about knowing the most tools, but about asking the right questions, structuring information, and explaining complex topics in a clear and understandable way. If you can think in a structured manner, communicate clearly, and take responsibility for decisions, GRC gives you a strong advantage. So now that you understand what GRC is and why it's such a strong entry point into cybersecurity, the next question is simple. How do you actually learn GRC the right way? If you want to learn GRC, the first thing you need to avoid is the most common mistake people make. They start by memorizing frameworks: ISO 27001, NIST, controls, clauses, checklists, but that's not where GRC starts. GRC starts with risk thinking. Everything in GRC revolves around understanding risk and making decisions based on it. At a very basic level, risk thinking looks like this. What assets do we have? What could go wrong? How likely is it? And how bad would the impact be? If you understand this way of thinking, frameworks suddenly start to make sense. Controls are not rules to memorize. They are responses to risk. Once you understand risk, that's the point where frameworks become useful, but only one. Choose ISO 27001 or the NIST Cybersecurity Framework. It doesn't matter which one you start with. What matters is that you understand the structure, the intent, and the logic behind the controls. You don't need to memorize every requirement. You need to understand why it exists. And GRC is not learned by watching videos hours alone. You need to practice the thinking. Do simple risk assessments on paper. Look at example controls and ask yourself, does this reduce risk? Is it proportionate? Is it realistic for the organization? If you want to go one step further, you can also practice with real GRC tools. For example, tools like Verinice allow you to work with risk assessments, controls, and ISMS structures in a very realistic way. Read security policies and try to evaluate whether they actually make sense. This is exactly how GRC work looks in real life. Finally, focus on knowledge that companies actually care about. Understand the basics of an ISMS. Learn data protection fundamentals, especially GDPR, and develop audit thinking. Always ask yourself, how would I prove that this control is implemented? If you can think that way, you're already very close to how GRC professionals work on the job. At this point, most people ask the same question. Do I need certifications to work in GRC? The honest answer is, you don't need them to start, but they can help a lot if you use them the right way. Certifications don't replace real understanding or experience, but they structure your knowledge, give you a common language, and make it easier for companies to assess you. For beginners, it makes sense to start with certifications that focus on management systems and risk thinking. ISO 27001 Foundation or ISO 27001 Implementer are very solid entry-level options. They teach you how an ISMS works, how controls are structured, and how security is managed across an organization. In many European countries, the IT Grundschutz practitioner from the BSI is also highly respected, especially for auditor and compliance-focused roles. Once you've gained some experience, there are certifications that work more as career boosters. CRISC focuses strongly on risk management and decision-making. CISM adds a clear management perspective on top of GRC. These are not certifications you need at the beginning, but they make sense once you're already working in the field. And then there's CISSP. CISSP is not an entry-level certification. It's broad, experience-heavy, and only really valuable once you already understand security in practice. If you take one thing away from this section, let it be this. Choose certifications to support your learning, not to replace it. If your knowledge is solid, certifications become a multiplier, not a shortcut. So now that you understand how to learn GRC and which certifications actually make sense, the next step is obvious. How do you turn that knowledge into a real GRC role? Once you start applying for GRC roles, it's important to position yourself the right way. Many people make the mistake of presenting themselves as technical security experts. That's usually not what companies are looking for in GRC. Instead, focus on how you think. Highlight your ability to understand processes, analyze risks, document decisions, and communicate across different teams. When you describe your experience, talk about things like risk assessments, audits, policies, and compliance requirements, even if you worked with them in training, studies, or self-learning. In interviews, companies are rarely looking for perfect answers. They want to see how you approach problems. Can you explain a risk clearly? Can you justify why a control makes sense? Can you explain trade-offs and limitations? If you can do that, you already have the mindset they're looking for. So what happens after you get your first GRC role? A lot of people worry that GRC is a dead end, that you'll get stuck in documentation or compliance forever. In reality, the opposite is often true. GRC gives you a broad view of the entire organization. You understand how security controls are chosen, how risks are evaluated, and how business decisions are actually made. With experience, many people move into roles like Senior GRC Analyst, ISMS Manager, Risk Manager, or Compliance Lead. Others move into consulting, security management, or more strategic advisory roles. And this is important to understand. Many security leaders and CISOs started their careers in GRC, not because it's easy, but because it teaches you how security really works at scale. So GRC is not a shortcut with a ceiling. It's a foundation that allows you to grow technically over time, move into leadership, or specialize further depending on your interests.
And that leads to the final takeaway. GRC is one of the least technical areas in cybersecurity, one of the fastest ways to enter the field, and one of the strongest paths for long-term career growth. If you want to work in cybersecurity without spending years becoming deeply technical, GRC is absolutely worth considering. If this was helpful, consider subscribing for more content on cybersecurity careers, learning paths, and certifications.